Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, we're going to talk about snakes on a plane. That's right, this deck is brought to you not by Samuel L. Jackson, but I am so sick and tired of these. Never mind. Uh, anyway, the tribal snakes here, it is by my definition tribal, albeit except for one card, and that's the Snake God with Snake Offering. I figure that's allowed simply because he's what they all worship, I guess. Anyway, the you could go several different ways, and I'm probably going to have, because as you know, my ultimate goal is to have a legendary or an EDH deck with every legendary creature ever made. Now, in order to do that, of course, I have to build decks at a faster rate than they can produce cards. They produce sometimes one or two, sometimes seven or eight. Depends on the set. However, this is what I've got for Snakes on a Plane or Seshiro the Anointed. So, I think we're going to go ahead and get the obvious ones. Obviously, this is mono green, where the Primal Bellow and the Blanchwood Armor does seem kind of cheaty face, but we're playing mono green. It almost seems dumb not to play with them. Now, our general does cost 6 mana. He is a super champion. I mean, +2/+2, and they all become Ophidians. So that's pretty good. Now, to help get our guy out, because I mean, obviously you're going to want to play him. We're going to have some mana ramp in here in the form of land search, and we're going to have just an absolute bunch of it because your general costs 6 and your plane costs 6. By the way, the Predator flagship is our plane, and it is our defense against flyers, or just creatures in general. Now, let's run the artifacts first. Serpent Generator. I love me some Serpent Generator. Yes, it's a little expensive, 6 to cast, 4 to use, but keep in mind that Snake token has poison. So that poison is kind of an alternate win condition. There's not a whole lot of cards in the deck with it, but it is there. And the Serpent Generator left unchecked can make poisonous snakes, and that's a thing. Now, the Riptide Replicator, here again, you can spend however much you want to, and you get the big, however big snakes that you put mana into it when you cast it. Now, of course, the Hall of Triumph and the Obelisk of Erd, we are tribal monocolor, so hey. The Hatchery, I mean, there's nothing I don't love about this card. I don't have Proliferate. Obviously, we're green, but there's not a big Proliferate presence in green. I didn't want to do the artifact dudes because I'm kind of focused on snakes. Speaking of snakes, Snake Basket. That's right. This is one of those. It's decent early. It's really good late. With as much land surge as we've got, Snake Basket it up, man. Of course, the Emerald Medallion. Now, Emerald Medallion may be one of the least played of the 5 medallions simply because green is the mana color, and you typically don't need to reduce your spells by 1. But here again, it helps with the 6 mana. General, it also helps with, nasty things like Overrun and Super Overrun, the Vitalizing Wind. And the last artifact, Coat of Arms. A lot of people don't like Coat of Arms because it is so risky. I can't tell you how many times I've played Coat of Arms and somebody's like, sweet, here's 40 Pegasus. But it is what it is. The snakes, not real strong creatures in and of themselves, so they need a little bit of help. We got the Vernal Bloom, double our mana, double meat, double cheese. Now the Beastmaster Ascension, because I mean, if you attack with 7 snakes, it just instantly turns on. Here again, snakes need all the help they can get. Because we are running tribal with a lot of token generators. Alpha status actually is probably better in this deck than a lot. Elves can use it to its fullest advantage too, but and Snake Pit because people do play blue and black spells, and let's get something off of that. Of course, Tribal Unity is kind of it's also a late game bomb, but nothing is as cool as you have activated my trap card. I'm not a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I never have been. I tried once. It's that game's beyond me. But anyway, we have naturalized because it just seems faulty not to be able to deal with artifacts and enchantments. Regrowth. This is actually the only copy I have of the new art. I mean, it still does regrowth things. For me, it's just not regrowth though. I don't know. Crazy Harmonize. Y'all know how I feel about this one. 4 mana, 3 cards in green. We're never going to see anything like it again. They may reprint this in supplemental stuff, but we're never, ever, ever going to get anything like it. Of course, the Suzuki summons. Now, this is amazing. We have 31, I think, snake creatures, and the ability to just keep recasting this Joker is kind of sick. Now, the collective unconsciousness, here again, I mean, there's no reason to not to play with this. Oh, let's go through our actual snakes now. We're going to start with the legendary guys first. Now, Sassy here, I believe y'all have seen my Sassy deck. I'm not sure if I've done it already or not, but anyway, it's a fun deck. This may happen, this may not. It is a legendary snake. It's a 2/3 for 2 mana. He's more in there as a dude than actually turning on his ability. If something does happen and turn on his ability, your mana problems just got solved. We also have the Sekiko, Sashi. I'm attempting to pronounce these people. I can't, And the fact that Sashi is the daughter here. As I remember, the Kamigawa snake, there was like different clans, and they all specialized in a different thing. I don't remember. The Kamigawa story did not really intrigue me that much. I know there was something about a baby that got stolen. It all ties back to Dominaria. Anyway, we have Sosuke. Now, if you'll notice, that's a whole lot of legendary snakes. Here's why. Here's why. Because nothing, absolutely nothing is greater when you lay your land and you go, yeah, all my green legends are pimping now. And people are like, what the hell is bands with other legends? And then you got to explain it. You got to whip out your phone because you're going to. It's fun times. And you don't really play with a whole lot of the crazy legends cards here, the bands with others, and I got them, so I might as well use them. I also run them in like CSA, but anyway, Adventures Guild House. It's the stuff. While we're going through the non-basic lands here, the only other couple, obviously, I mean, we're playing mono green, so the Oran Reef is pretty good. Now, City of Shadows, yeah, y'all are going, what? City of Shadows. But City of Shadows is not bad with a token-generating deck, because you can do this in response to something dying. You can, and it just keeps mounting up the counters on it, and you just, your land just keeps producing more mana. Yeah, you do have some. It is non-basic, so you're open to the non-basic land destruction. But let's face it, not a lot of EDH decks run it. Blood Moon will screw you. There again, not a lot of EDH decks run it. Blood Moon is typically one of those cards that gets saved for the super competitive formats. But anyway, Ambush Viper, because this is as close to a Doomblade as we get in green. They attack, you flash out your 2/1 Death Touch guy, which is probably bigger because you got Seshiro, you got all your other things. And in this deck, I've actually flashed him out as a Doomblade type effect, and he lived through the block. Pretty sweet. Kashi Tribe. Hey, my legendary snakes can't be the target of spells or abilities. The Blood Rush, I mean, just in case, you just got to have that Death Touch at instant speed. Orin Viper, I love me some Orin Viper because it creates that quandary of, do I block? Do I not block? Do I want to lose the creature and kill theirs? If they have a way better creature than you do, they're obviously probably not blocking, but then you get to draw a card. Orin Viper, by the way, it's from Cold Snap. The very first time it came out, it was amazing, and it was a card to be reckoned with. Now, we do have what I call the fake snake, the Cold Tin Viper. I actually chose the Tempest art because it was the first printing, and it is an artifact creature - snake now. Brass Herald. Yeah, not a snake, but let's face it, he is a snake. And of course, we have the Snake God, Snake Offering. Now, the ability to untap all your forest and green creatures once a turn is kind of nuts, although, are we really doing that with a 7/7? I mean, by that late in the game, this is, at 8 mana, this is the top of the curve. Beyond the X spell stuff and whatever. But this is pretty much the top of the curve. So I think maybe, depending on what you've got, maybe you just drew a crazy amount of cards off the unconsciousness and you just need to, supremely overcommit to the board. I don't know. But he's the Snake God, so I kind of put him in there. I'm going to roll through some of these. We're getting long here. The Tribe Elder, River Boa. Of course, the Egg Watcher also makes tokens, and then if you got 10 creatures, all your creatures become giant grows. Got, quite a bit of snakes here. The Mold Adder, here again, this is a beautiful turn 1 card. This is a beautiful, beautiful turn 1 card. Because the blue and black in our format are extremely popular. Most decks are running multiple colors. 2 to 3 is the average. There are some, obviously like this, some single color decks, but they are more or less the exception and not the rule. Love me some Mire Boa. Now, yeah, I put the Infect guy in there. I didn't put Tromp of the Hordes or anything because I just, and with snakes, it might actually be a flavor fit to poison someone. But a lot of times, Tromp of the Horde will kill one person, but it gets you killed because people are all about the, oh my God, that guy's playing with poison. Speaking of poison, I'm playing with the Saber-Tooth Cobra and, of course, the Marsh Viper. Messian Asp. Now, I am playing with Hornet Cobra because, 2/1 for 3 first strike. I mean, white gets that for like, what, 2 mana? A colorless and a white? But anyway, green, really like this guy and the fact that he is one of the older snakes. With a Nemesis, Death Hood. I like the Death Hood because it can gain reach and Death Touch and it's 2 mana. Pretty neat. The Sniper. Sustainer, this is as close as we have to a Llanowar or no. As a matter of fact, I am not running Lotus Cobra. Lotus Cobra is probably should be in here because of all the land search, but I get one, I'll put it in. The Bird Stalker. Obviously, these snakes look like they are hating some flyers. The Ranger and the Spring Color. That is what I have got. Got a bunch of basic lands go on top of it. That's what I've got for Snakes on a Plane. I like it. It's fun. And you have to announce it when you play it as Snakes on a Plane because people will use the Samuel L. Jackson quote. Anyway, it's fun. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. Be sure to like, subscribe, share. I do appreciate everything you do. Let me know what you're looking for. I'll try to get around to all the decks. I'm recording steady as she goes. We appreciate you watching, but right now it is time to shuffle and cut.